exploring the use of different indicators in trading. So what are indicators? Well, if you look on the chart right here, all these lines are indicators, and it may be a little confusing when you have all of these if you don't know what each one is doing. So let's turn off all of these indicators besides the main one right here, which is the VWAP. Now, why would you want indicators on your chart? Do they give you an edge? Do they give you a secret? What's the point of these indicators, right? Well, each indicator is telling a story of the market. So instead of finding out that story yourself, reading the candlesticks, the flow of price, this calculates all that data and then spits out the story for you. So the VWAP means volume weighted average price. Had to think about that for a second. I've been calling it VWAP for so long. So this is the main indicator I use. What do I use it for? Well, I use it to tell me which side of the market we're on and where price is likely to go. Now, it's not 100% right, obviously, because price needs to cross through it to get to the other side. But, for example, right here, if this happens, I'm looking for sales. I'm not looking for buys. We are below the white line, which is the VWAP. The yellow is just multiples of it. So if you look in here real quick, we're at the 0.5 multiplier. But the main VWAP is that white line. So I'm looking for sales underneath. Once price drops below it, I'm taking sales, and look, we would have gotten on a great sale. Now, if we're too far away from it, that's also an indicator that I want price to come back to it or through it. We add in another indicator, which is one of our own, you guys will have access to if you join our Discord, is an EMA crossover. So it takes a higher time frame, a lower time frame, or let me rephrase that. It takes two EMAs, a higher one and a lower one, and when it crosses, it turns green. And when it goes below it, it turns red. Now, it's pulling the EMA from higher time frames of your choosing and plots it on the lower time frame. So as we go lower, you could see it's staying, and we could see it's kind of more smoothed out because it's pulling it from a higher time frame, right? And then again with the VWAP, if we go back to this area, you can see once price came in and then left, it kept going, right? So we're looking for sales. So between these two, it turned red right here. I'm looking for sales now. That's two confluences of indicators. The VWAP, it's below it, turned red. So anywhere in here and beyond, we're looking for sales. Now, these are for my entry, these two. So if we go back in time to here, let me replay it real quick. So we'll go into this area. So now you could see where an entry would be for myself. And that would be right in that red box. Or one of these red boxes. But we're pulling far away, so I want to come back, right? So now I'm going to trade, for example. I don't trade the strategy live anymore. But above that EMA, above the VWAP, good stop loss. And we want to break below this. Cool. So you can see how they all work together. I have two that show me which way we're going. When those both tell me a direction, we're looking for sales, we're looking for buys. Then I have these fair value gaps and implied fair value gaps, which just kind of calculates the wicks and puts one out. These are my entry points. I'm looking at these to get actually in my trade. And then I use these for stop losses, where if price crosses through these, we're most likely going the other way now, and I want to be out of my trade. And then I'm looking for areas where if we are continuing, price does need to go through here to continue lower, right? So I want to take my profits right around that low. Now, the last thing I use are pivot points on this type of trading strategy setup. And that's going to give me where price is going to. So you could see we have that S1 down here. Is it going to come down to around this area or the S1? Let's play it out and see. Right? Boom. Broke through here. Are we going to continue to the S1? So that would have been, if I kept trade on, I could have went down to this low. Pulled the stop loss in anywhere above these fair value gaps just in case price does retrace like it is right now. And boom, S1. So that would have been my main overall big swing target, but I don't hold trades for multiple hours. So that's not ideally what I would be doing. Maybe if I was doing Forex, just kind of swinging Forex pairs, that'd be a setup I would take. But just wanted to give you guys a strategy that I did use and I have used for many months. But I'm mostly price action now. So I do reference these time to time when I'm doing my normal charts with all my setups, right? I just reference this to kind of get an idea. Are we still biased? Are we still below this? Are we still looking for sales? But I don't really use it as an actual trading strategy and setups anymore. But if you guys want to use this one, feel free to check it out. Again, explore different indicators, styles. You need to figure out what works for you and what you could follow. But again, that is up to you. There are so many things you could use and so many things that could actually be profitable. You need to figure out what's profitable for you. And that is kind of, you're only going to find that through trial and error, back testing, forward testing, and figuring out what you do like and what you're going to end up trading for the long run. And you always fine tune it as you find patterns to improve on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was just kind of exploring indicators, showing you what type of indicators are for what. I know there are hundreds, thousands of different ways and combinations, millions of combinations you could do, but you want one to find out, or two if you want to be extra safe, give you that bias. Are you looking for sales or buys? And then you want one to get you in on entries, or if you're just going to enter upon price action, then you'll have those areas to get in on your trades. So go explore, do some back testing, really take your time to figure out what you do like and what suits you as you're a trader, so you become less emotional when using these. And if you haven't already, click subscribe, click that thumbs up, link in the description, everything, the Forexation, our free resources, journals, funding challenge discounts, all that stuff is there. Course is coming out soon. Can't wait to grow with you this year. Have a good one. Peace.